although technically it might be Hotel Room Day Hellman since it's in his name. But come on in. We're partying. Cowboys practice in about an hour and a half, but their McCarthy press conference got moved till after practice. So that really ruined my flow of doing a video after McCarthy, but before practice, and then one after practice. So today we'll just have to do one early, and you'll just see TV star of Fox Sports, David Hellman or Dave Hellman. Just
how much of me is visible right now?
Pretty much all of you.
Oh, let's go.
Yeah, we got a full Hellman in the background laying on the bed. It's outstanding. This is an emergency broadcast for Jerry Jones ears only. Hey, Jerry, go sign a wide receiver. Thanks. I don't even care what his name is. I think by now we all know all the names. I don't care which one it is. Just make sure it's one of them. BetOnline is the fastest and easiest way to wager on all your favorite sports, contests, and events with first-to-market odds and lines. If the Cowboys don't trade or sign a wide receiver right now, I will not bet on them for anything. Find reviews and news for every league. MLB, Juan Soto just got traded. NFL, NBA, NHL, combat sports, esports, even golf. BetOnline continues to be the top online resource for all your sports information, from live in-game betting, props, and futures. Head to BetOnline today or use the mobile device to join today and make your first sports bet. Use our promo code BELIEVE50, that's BLEAV 50, to receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. BetOnline, where the game starts. Hi, everybody. Welcome to training camp. Jeff, please tell them to sign a wide receiver. I just did.
I heard him.
I just did. Justin on Facebook said, look at that sexy Bayou Bengal on the bed. Yeah. That's Dave Hellman in the background. Can you guys confirm that you did not hear me cough? I want to make sure that I'm actually getting my audio through my board today. Trying not to screw anything up. I'm optimistic for the wide receiver room in the coming months. Should they sign someone like Sanders, Gallup, and James Washington will be back. Those three plus CD and Tolbert is nice. Jeff, you hear the Dolphin news? Yes, I did see the Dolphin news, which is awesome because they're getting punished for like 11 different things. Like, first, you tried to lose. Second, you tried to sign Tom Brady like multiple times over 3 years from two different teams, and you tried to hire Sean Payton while he already had a job. So that was awesome. Vance, Jeff, we can't sign anyone. We need that $15 million in cap space to win that practice squad title. Cap boy. Thanks, Vance. Yeah, so I think all writers kind of wrote the same thing yesterday, and I'm a very professional writer for D Magazine, so I wrote that they should just sign Will Fuller and Odell Beckham because why not? D-Town, I appreciate you. Any tight end worthy of looking at? They got tight ends. I think they got tight ends. Schultz is good. McEwen's interesting. Ferguson's a fourth rounder. Sprinkles here. 49. What's 49's name? Hendershot. I was going to go with like Vanderkamp. No, Fryfogel's 14. He plays receiver. No, they look decent. Tight ends look fine. I'm not worried about the tight ends. But a wide receiver, it's just not good. It's not good. Like, the goal is for James Washington to be Michael Gallup until Michael Gallup got back. And now the guy who was supposed to fill in for Michael Gallup until Michael Gallup got back is probably going to get back at the same time as Michael Gallup or after, or maybe never. And so now, in practice yesterday, your starting wide receivers ended up being CeeDee Lamb, Jalen Tolbert, and Dennis Houston, number 3. I would imagine overnight they'll figure out someone else to line up at X so that they don't have Dennis Houston as a starting wide receiver, since I don't think he's going to make the team. They might now. Cowboys' current wide receiver depth chart. CeeDee Lamb, Jalen Tolbert, Noah Brown. Turpin? TJ Vasher? Vasher, Turpin, Simi? If they kept 6?
Simi, yeah.
Vasher, Turpin, Simi?
You realize Kevontae Turpin behind Lamb and Noah Brown is the receiver with the most professional experience.
Just in a different league. Yeah, they have nobody outside of Noah Brown and CeeDee Lamb in this wide receiver core has caught a pass in the NFL. Simi's played 7 plays on offense in the NFL. So, what happened to the Malik guy that flashed last year? Malik Turner, he actually got signed by somebody. But yeah, so the Cowboys did the thing where they came to camp underprepared at wide receiver, and then they had people get hurt at wide receiver. And so now they are woefully unprepared at wide receiver. But I think that's just kind of their arrogance of thinking that everything's going to go perfect. Like we'll have, look, our wide receivers are CeeDee Lamb, Michael Gallup, and Jalen Tolbert. We just got to survive until we get Gallup back. So who are we going to sign? A random damn near league minimum guy who's caught passes in the NFL, and we'll survive. We're just going to survive. And then we'll get our guys back and we'll be good. Well, survival's over. So time to go find somebody. No, it didn't last very long at all. Time to suit up for me. Okay. They started running one of the routes that I run real well in flag. They're running a double stop route. You kind of shut it down at about 5. You hit it again. You stop at about 10. I'm a master of the double stop route if they need me. Any you would consider trading for? My Dolphin friend suggested Preston Williams. Yeah, I'm not opposed to anybody. Not opposed to anybody. And Formula, I appreciate you put in super chat for some Rudder Room beers or lunch. Says I'm in a panic about the wide receivers. Yeah, so I think what you do is you sign. I don't even care which one it is, guys. Honestly, I don't care. You sign Will Fuller or Emmanuel Sanders. Honestly, Cole Beasley would be fine. I think in a perfect world, you're not looking for a guy who only plays the slot, but you're looking for an NFL player, an NFL veteran who can play NFL football. And then after you've signed that veteran, you also, because you have $22 million laying around, you also sign Odell Beckham. Because in my world, you do the exact opposite of what the Cowboys have done, which is not prepare very well for the most important part of football, because the most important part of football is throwing the ball efficiently and explosively. And so they decided they were going to do that without having players to do it. So now what you do is you sign another veteran to try to survive until Michael Gallup gets back. And then when Gallup gets back, you start looking around the corner to, 4 to 6 weeks later, maybe, when hopefully maybe Odell Beckham shows up. And now it's time to push for the postseason and go win the Super Bowl. And guess what? Now I have too many wide receivers. And oh no, maybe my 3rd-round rookie is going to lose some snaps to Odell Beckham. Like, oh no, whatever will we do if Will Fuller takes a couple of snaps in a game? This would be terrible. So yeah, I just want to have too many instead of not enough. So Jerry, if you're listening, you think Jerry watches the channel? No, I'm asking the people. I would never talk to you. Apparently Todd Archer does, because he knew that I was rooming with Hellman. And I don't know who else would have told him that. So I would never tweet. Sorry if it's been asked already. What do you think of Deshaun Jackson being brought in? Is he still alive and unemployed?
Look at his game logs from played really well against the Cowboys.
What did he do last year? Pretty much nothing except good against the Cowboys?
He had 2 games of note, and one of them was forcing the Cowboys.
And Deshaun Jackson last year. Look at that. Hey, he played in almost all the games. He exists. We have people who don't exist. Look, against Tampa Bay, 5 for 120. Against Dallas, 4 for 102. Oh, somebody. Anybody. Terrell Owens.
If you want my honest, hey, you know who I think would be the best bet out of all the available guys?
Sanders. Emmanuel Sanders?
He actually,
I'd take Emmanuel Sanders.
He played pretty well last year. He had 600 yards.
He ain't bad. I would take Emmanuel Sanders. What if, here's from Ryan, what if Pollard is our replacement receiver? Here's the thing. Normally, I would take the time to be offended and say I'm offended by what you've just typed, because no running back is better at playing receiver than receivers are. So every time somebody talks about putting a second running back on the field and lining him up in the slot, unless it makes the defense do something that you want them to do to get you a sweet matchup that you're going to take advantage of, for the most part, it's just not a good idea, because receivers are better at running routes and getting open and getting down the field targets than running backs are. Now, the Cowboys might be at a point where their receivers are so bad that Tony Pollard is the best option to play the slot. Might be. Might be. Jeff, what do you think about Robbie Anderson? Heard he doesn't like his quarterback room, or Kadarius Toney. Robbie Anderson just so blah to me, but hey, he'd be an upgrade here. Who else was being asked about there? T. Will, no. No T. Will. He's been out of how long's he been out of the league? Since he left here. Nobody else grabbed him, did they? Is this like a morning after stream with the walk of shame incoming? What? No.
This is just how we live our lives, sir.
Yeah, this is our life. This is what we do. Kadarius Toney, sure. Sure, if the Giants want to trade him for next to nothing, because he's one of those guys that I think everybody in the league is like, look, he's really, really good, but boy, is he going to be a lot to deal with. So Patrick Creighton, Lucky Whitehead. Yeah, I like this bit. Dwayne Harris. Okay. I like what you guys are going with here. Any former Cowboy wide receiver? Kevin Williams, Rocket Ishmael. Yeah, a lot of good plans. Shout out to the other folks who are the reason I was able to get out here to training camp, sponsors of the program, including the Ben and Skin Show on 97.1 The Eagle and DFW. They're on from 2 to 5 in Dallas-Fort Worth. And if you're not in the local listening area, you can hear them on the iHeart Radio app. I do a Cowboys hit every day at 4:15 with them in Central Time, and you can hear that. They're badass. They're doing a great show. Hope you're listening. Ben and Skin, 97.1 The Eagle, and my guy Ziggy. If you were looking for affordable artwork that is kick-ass, my buddy Ziggy, oneandonlyziggy.com. You can get hooked up for like $30-$40 for some stuff. So oneandonlyziggy.com. That's O-N-E, not the number one. What about a sixth for like Amari Cooper? Mm-hmm. Bring Dez back, Alan Hearns, or T.Y. Hilton and or Will Fuller worth a phone call? Yes and yes. Gosh, I mean, technically, since I think you need an X, it's Noah Brown or TJ Vasher right now, I would think. You need a full-size dude because he's going to be lining up on the line of scrimmage, having to battle with corners right there at the line. What about, I'd like Laviska Shenault. That would be fun. That's a full-size dude that doesn't mind wrestling at the line of scrimmage. Although, has he ever turned into a real receiver? Or is he still kind of a bit where he does all sorts of random things? What about a good tight end to trade for? You don't need to. You got tight ends. What if that's their answer? They're just going to play less wide receivers. Kevin Gray said, tell Dave to get a mic and quit lying around. I asked him beforehand. He actually had stuff to do, so he elected not to have this go live on his channel or to be totally involved.
I know it doesn't look like I'm working, but I am.
He's working. Roy Williams, number 11. Okay. Gronkowski. Yeah. 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 Is Vasher really looking that good, or is it just early camp hype? Vasher makes at least one good play every day, but on the plays where he's not making plays, you will sometimes see a 6'6" guy that doesn't run real fast, at least NFL wide receiver fast. And so he ends up getting jammed up and it gets awkward trying to make his way down the field. So it's a little bit of both. Dave's burnt out from all the lights yesterday. TV lights, yeah. Try Fred McDonald. Okay, yeah. He's good at flag. He's in his 40s now, but he can run and do things. Bring Odell Beckham because I want the chaos. Yeah, but Odell has to be the other guy you bring in. He can't be the guy you bring in because you have to bring him in to be the guy who shows up in like week 8. You have to have somebody for weeks 1 through 7. Dennis Houston going to ball out in the preseason. Hey, more power to him if he does. More power to him if he does. If you think that an undrafted free agent isn't starting X for the Dallas Cowboys, that would be sweet. Somebody named Jeff Kavanaugh is my therapist is in the super chat. We'll be there Thursday. Love you, Jeff. Thank you. D.D. Westbrook. Sure. Kelvin Benjamin. Maybe not. Slow and bad hands is a weird combination for a wide receiver. Well, that's all I got for you today, guys, until practice.
Nobody asked you about Cole Beasley, or did I miss it?
Did anybody ask about Cole Beasley? I'd do it. I don't want a slot-only guy because I want CD to be playing in the slot, but if you brought in Cole, then I guess Jalen Tolbert has to be the X because it ain't going to be CD. CD's not going to be stationary in my offense, damn it. Ever. He's moving around. We're finding ways to get him in the best matchup. That's it. All right, guys, I'm going to go away now. By go away, I mean hit end stream and then talk to you guys after practice. Maybe after practice and after Mike McCarthy. Antonio Brown. Now we're having fun. Antonio Brown's got a, well, I don't want to make that sort of prediction about a human being, but Antonio Brown's going to have to get some help before he's going to make it through a 17-game season. All right, remember, you have no idea what anybody's going through, including Antonio Brown. So be cool to everybody. I love you.